Alrighty, good morning on this day for 2022 year of our Lord. Some submarine combat. Hmm. Yes. Yeah, well, this is Leroy 37 submarine combat more or less. Attempt number 1. Small game. Try to make it interesting. Try to explain how to be effective in these things. But be advised, they are still fiddling around with the game mechanics of these things. Notice your 320 dive time now. It does recharge faster than before, um, as opposed to not at all. So it is somewhat easier to play in the fact of surviving. Being effective is a is a whole other ball game. Excuse me. Apologies if you can hear my 7-month-old in the background. Trying to squeeze in some gameplay. But currently, looking at the mini map over here, if I do, I'm not gonna have any support because they're going on the flanks like they should be. I'm just going down the middle to spot more or less, and maybe swing into A. I know I'm not gonna hang around D very much because there's a lot of islands and not too many opportunities for these torpedoes to make contact. So this is American submarine, the Salmon class. If you check out the torpedo range, the acoustic homing torpedoes have 11K, and then the dumb-fired ones, as I like to talk, the ones that are normal torpedoes more or less, without the homing is 9K, 65 knots, and obviously because they're not homing, they cause more damage, 1300, and then the homing ones are only 7,000 apiece. So typically, in my fine hours of playing this game, as a submarine anyways, is better to stay on surface and only dive when needed. Instead of launching and spamming them all at once, this little white line here you want to shoot one quarter left because he'll see this one first, short, because a lot of people stop and turn in, and one normal, one out, and then one back again. Then you just want to turn hard right to get one set off. Don't initially tag him at first. Actually use the hashtags on the increments here. So I put this back number 10 or the 10 radial right in the center, and he already sonar pinged it cleared, but they're still gonna hit. So that's the one way to be effective. Is I ping just before they got there. And they still hit. So essentially, they're still, we're still dumb-fired torpedoes, just not as much damage. Because we need to be, 9K away for the ones that really do damage. So he already bled his damage repair, so we're going to go ahead and fire this ping off again. So essentially when you do that, they can't see that coming. They can see the ping, because essentially the devs in this game, I think a majority of the people that play it are not very good gamers. The attention span is usually bleeding out their ears. So, it's going to continue to harass this guy. He's now, because he was under damage repair, this little steam coming out here and have a smokestack means he's taking on water, so he's flooding essentially. So we're going to go ahead and fire some more torpedoes. Should have dove instead of rambling. Now he's seen me and he has a general idea where I'm at. and the torpedoes are coming. He's setting his little depth charge planes promptly. He already cleared the ping. Should have just let him go because they were going to hit him anyways. We'll switch to dumbfire for the rears. Probably switch. If you notice, every time I fire, I do one like a quarter to the left, one a quarter to the right, so on and so forth. But now we're gonna dive. Get away from this Harbin guy. Those are gonna miss because he's already gonna start turning in. But we already impacted the battle, and I mean, if you look at the mini map, we're well on our way to winning. Another thing is you never wanna, if you're going after a battleship that has these, you always want to be parallel to them, never going head on. Because, yeah, they drop their salvo in a straight pattern in the direction that they fly. So, we're going to pop back up here, switch back to homing. Of course, he has bomber. You got this Harbin or whatever this thing is down here in close proximity. Not exactly sure what class he is or what his capabilities are. So, we're going to pop up with the periscope depth. Still with a minute 40 left. We're detected. Airplane doesn't care. But he's still spotting us. Again, using the 10 radial. The Mogami's drops off. But I'm not going to shoot him. I'm just going to ping this guy just to drop him away. Because people fully don't understand submarines yet. Yeah, so looking at his flags, I mean, it is a Chinese class. Very, I have mods here. 5K sonar, 10K torpedoes, obviously. 35 knots. So we're going to go ahead and shoot these bad boys at this guy. Because right now he's fleeing from that side, so we're going to go ahead and fire in lead pattern. So now we're diving a little bit sooner than later because our detection is literally at 6K. Press H on the keyboard and 6K standard detector radially range. Okay, because he's a little faster, we're going to put that 10 radial over here in the last gun here. Even though they're probably zooming in here, he's seeing them. He's got to try to dodge. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to switch to dumbfire torpedoes. We're well within his range of sonar now. We're 4K, 5K sonar. Looks like he's turning in towards people. Fire 2, fire 1. Nope, like he's turned back in. We'd be lucky if we hit this guy. Well, if he doesn't die before that. Now he's got to burn out. Ooh, you know what? We should have gone on after that Nagato. Or this Ventino over here. So now we're a bit of a pickle. We got 40 seconds left. This guy's 4.3 kilometers away. And we need 6 to not be spotted under the next 30 seconds. We have a USS Kidd over here. Nuremberg up top threatening the carrier. Probably tell this guy to, get back. Alright, so it doesn't look like anybody's within our sight range except for the Hallburn, probably. Actually, we'll go back down to periscope depth here. Yeah, okay, that guy's still. So the next nearest threat to everybody else is this big Ventino battleship. Hopefully we're outside detection. So he's going pretty fast. He's chasing that Nuremberg down. Or Edinburgh, excuse me. And we're just gonna utilize these dumbfire torpedoes. Again, the first one he'll see is the first torpedo, so we'll shoot down with short, wide, wide, wide. And well, I'd like to make a left turn, but these things do super wide, huge turns. Keep in mind that this guy's still over here someplace. He's already turned in, so. I'll switch to homing because this guy's pretty maneuverable. Well, I don't know. Guess we'll close the distance, even though we have like a minute. Switch to dumbfire torpedoes. The max range on these puppies, if you take this, is before they don't arm, is about 9k, 9 or half of 9. Anyways, he'll see me when he's 2.2 clicks away. I'm gonna close the distance as much as I can here. Make sure all 4 torpedoes hit. He's obviously distracted, engaged in their burrow. 3-6, 3-5, 3-3, 3-1. Turn left. Because we have his broadside, we're gonna dive. Sooner or later, hopefully we're not detected. Alright, we need not detected. Torpedoes are spotted. Oh, slow down. Anticipate him slowing down. 2, 3, done. He had no idea where we were, so that was obviously missed. And we're gonna go capture A. Go ahead and surface. There's 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left of battery. Yeah, I don't think you guys. No, I don't think my mic's picking up my kid. Waking up more and earlier than usual. But yeah, so that's how it's conducted. I got 15 torpedo hits. You know, you aren't always gonna get the pings. Even when the pings are being utilized, they can see them floating through the water. And then if you read the updates, aircraft are coming over here. The spotting detection for aircraft is about 2.1, I believe, for submarines currently. All this stuff's subject to change, obviously. So I don't remember what I was talking about, but like right now when you shoot a ping, they can see it like travel across the water if they're looking, they're paying attention, and then eventually, to give players like me less of an advantage and more of a advantage to those, I guess, not able to counter submarines as much as they would like. They're going to move it to the actual location of the ping as opposed to the traveling ping. You can see going through the water here. I'd rather have that as opposed to my actual general location known. So they can properly drop their depth charge airplanes, which is probably going to encourage me to close the distance and just use dumbfire torpedoes. Because I understand they're trying to balance the submarine gameplay, but on the other hand, submarine gameplay solely exists, or your survivability solely depends on your stealth capabilities and your situational awareness, and remaining undetected until you're literally able to, shoot at somebody without them knowing you're there, So, because we're detected by aircraft, our battery goes down by 2.1%, and all this other hippity-doopity stuff. But, being a submarine, I'm not a submarine person by any means, but being a submarine simulation player, is this I coming into this, it's obviously not a simulation. It's arcadey as all get out. Was the submarine play still somewhat fun? Yeah, to a certain extent it is. Because like right now the player base is still in the ironclad days, or people should be going bow in or broadside and exchanging salvos for 20 minutes. As opposed to having carriers and destroyers and submarines torpedo them to death, and the huge psychological impact of people not seeing what shot at them or hit them with torpedoes is obviously a big factor as well. So getting killed from something they can't see drives people nuts, just like as it does in real life. Hence, the importance of sniper roles in the actual battlefield. So yeah, that's me rambling. That's me playing a submarine successfully, balancing the battery. 3 minutes. 3 minute battery. You can't complain too much because you gotta manage your time and space. Uh, you need to push off, create space to recharge your batteries, and go back in with torpedoes reloaded. But yeah, that's it. Go ahead and end the video here today, and I'll post more submarine combat as it changes.